Hey everyone, Praise here, and today I will be exploring the Unleash NFTs website. Of course, paying attention to metrics, and that is like the data that has been made available to us regarding the state of the NFT market in general. So the first thing we're going to do is log on to unleashnfts.com, which I have right now on display. And just a quick definition of what Unleash NFTs is all about. Unleash NFTs is an AI-powered NFT analytics and forensic dashboard that provides reliable insights into popular and emerging NFT collections, marketplaces, and the overall NFT markets. The platform offers in-depth analysis, research, and statistics into the NFT ecosystem that allows users to make informed decisions on the purchase and sale of non-fungible tokens, as well as, of course, to understand critical indicators like market capitalization, trading volume, and other trading activities. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be diving straight into the market report section of this website because I want to know like the overall state of the NFT market at this time. All right, so first thing I'm going to see here is this, if you notice, NFT market reports, and of course I have this graph in front of me that's, I think this represents the overall state of the NFT market right now, showing me the number of transactions in the past 24 hours, the market cap in the past 24 hours, traders in the past 24 hours, trade volume also in the past 24 hours, and of course the figures I'm looking at right now. We have 320k transactions in the past 24 hours, but then that's just like a brief overview of the state of the NFT market at this time. So scrolling downwards, of course you notice here I have market overview down here. All right, so key statistics that provide a quick overall look at the market. Volume indicates short-term activity, while market cap and traders reflect the long-term trend. I'm going to tell you what that means shortly. So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit and you'll see that the market cap in the last 7 days amounts to 11 billion 194 million 822,348 dollars. Right, how about we just shift that down to like 24 hours. It doesn't seem like the figures have changed that much. So we're scrolling downwards again and we have volume, and this volume actually represents the trading volume for all collections, of course in the dollar, and traders has to do with the unique NFT traders, of course in the last 7 days. Of course we can always change that to 24 hours to see how much volume of NFT has been traded in the last 24 hours. All right. So if you look with me to the left side of the website, of this web page rather, you notice that we have a list down here that has to do with market overview, of course, which we are in right now. And then the next one is what's trading, then what's trade activity, marketplaces, top collections, top NFTs, and top wallets. Of course, these are the categories which we're going to be exploring right now, and I'll try to be as quick as possible because, as you can see, it's been made very simple, very easy to understand, colorful, right, and even to make it very easy for you all to understand. And I would like to point out something real quick before we proceed, and that will be included blockchain. What does that mean? Basically, I'm going to click on this and it shows what's happening. Oh, okay, all right, this is cool. So this has to do with the blockchains that are included in this data. Okay, the blockchains that this Unleash NFT covers in terms of like the data that has been made available to us. And the first one we have here is Avalanche, and followed by BNB, Ethereum, and Matic. So this data right here has to do with these 4 blockchains, as it were. All right, so I'd just like to point that out real quick. So now we're going to go to the next category of things, which is what's trading. I'm going to click on that real quick here. I clicked on what's trading and we're going to scroll down. Of course, about what's trading, if you notice at the right side of any of these pages I open, you notice that they give a brief definition of what the data is all about, and this one has to do with what's trading, and it goes like, what's trading is the practice to artificially inflate the price of assets like NFTs by trading them between collaborating parties for increased prices. When the watch trading levels are high, you should look critically at prices. Now, just like directly beside that, right up right there, we have this colorful kind of like a bar, all right, and I think it indicates when watch trading is actually low and when it's high. Okay, so this index represents the overall level of watch trade in the NFT markets. It is calculated by looking at the percentage of watch trade volume over the non-watch trade volume. So basically, that's just it. So based on the analysis of 363,325 trades in the last 24 hours, the current watch trading level across all blockchains is moderate. That's what, if you notice, you see the average pointing kind of like a little bit close to high, but they're not exactly low. So I guess that means that is moderate. So let's still scroll down a little bit. And the sake of I'm going to be changing this to 24 hours. I want to see the data for the last 24 hours. And so this displays the number of suspected transactions in the last 24 hours. And as we can see, we have $8,778,169 worth of suspected transactions. I think it has dropped by 41.23% in the last 24 hours. So we're going to scroll down some more, and we're going to see graphs for the assets involved and the wallets involved in this watch trade, the data for all of them. And of course, as usual, I'm going to make this the data. I'm going to categorize it by 24 hours. Do the same for the wallets involved. And you notice that we have, as of April 22nd, 7 a.m., we had 255 assets involved in suspected watch trade activities. And also the wallets involved, we have 349 wallets involved in these watch trading activities, suspected watch trading activities, right, mind you. Next we're going to go over to the trade activity in the NFT markets. And as usual, we have to scroll down a little bit because this is like the one static thing on each of these pages. This does not change. This displays the overall kind of like an overview of what the market is looking like right now. So we always have to scroll down to see the graphs for all of these categories right here. So transactions has to do with the number of transactions in the markets, and as usual, we can change the range for that data by 24 hours or 7 days or 30 days or 90 days, depending on what you're interested in. And by the number we have here, we have had 1.9 million transactions in the last 7 days. Wow, that's kind of like a huge number. And then here we have the data for the buyers and sellers, that is the active traders, buyers and sellers across all markets. For traders, we've had, of course, in the last 7 days, we've had 4,617 traders, we've had 2,268 traders, and we've had buyers, and then we've had 2,616 sellers. Wow. Okay. It's quite the number. Scrolling down again, we have the total number of unique holders. And in the last 7 days, we have had 439,596 holders of all collections, basically, of NFTs. This is the number of holders we've had in the last 7 days. All right, so let's go down to marketplaces. I think this one is actually very interesting for me personally, because I get to see the market distribution volume and the traders per marketplace. Kind of an interesting data we have here, because the market distribution volume has to do with like the percentage that each marketplace has compared to the total markets in volume, and it's been color coded. Of course, purple represents the bear marketplace, yellow has to do with the X2Y2 marketplace, the green has to do with the CryptoPunks, orange has to do with OpenSea, and the red represents other marketplaces, the market distribution volume. And from here we see that the marketplace with the highest distribution volume is the Blur marketplace, which has $50 million worth of volume going on there. And then traders per marketplace, I think that is also an interesting piece of data, because we also have Blur taking the lead on this one with 17,607 traders on the marketplace as we speak. That is actually very interesting. Followed by Tofu, color coded, also has been given the yellow color, the Tofu. Then X2Y2 of this has been given the green, represents, and then there's JPEGs, and then there's others. And now others is inclusive of 51 other marketplaces, right? Quite interesting there. Okay, scrolling down, we head over to the top collections. What NFT collections are actually trending right now, actually at the top of this chain? Scroll down a little bit. All right, so number one, we have the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Wow. And has a trade volume of $33.02 million. It's been up 21.32% in the last 7 days, with the total number of sales being 2,435, traders 761. The average price for the Bored Ape Yacht Club is $101,273.41. Wow. And of course, we have a list. It has to do with the top 20. This is displaying the top 20 collections with the highest trade volume in the last 7 days, of course. So after the Bored Ape Yacht Club, we have the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, followed by Azuki, then we have CryptoPunks, Captains. And the more you scroll down, the more you see the collections that directly follow under them. And of course, the 20th one being Coda. Interesting. All right, so next we go to top NFTs. Right, that one has to do with the top NFT collections, and now this one has to do with the top NFTs, like NFTs themselves, irrespective of their collections. And from, it's actually interesting, this is displaying the top 20 NFTs actually in the last 7 days. And if you notice, from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this list, like we noticed that Mineable Punks has dominated this list. It's taking a whole lot of numbers on this list, and that is actually very interesting. Mineable Punks, and the last price of this first one is Mineable Punk number 11,467. The last sale price was $864,388.27. All right, so this has to do with like the top 20 NFTs in the last 7 days. All right, so these are like NFTs with the highest sales volume, actually. Quite an interesting piece of data. Next, the last but not the least, we have top wallets. Okay, so like top wallets basically has to do with the wallets with the highest NFT portfolio value. All right, guys. And of course, like I mentioned it earlier that this data has to do with a couple of blockchains, not like every blockchain, but mostly Avalanche, Ethereum, Matic, and BNB. I don't think BNB has been fully integrated into the website yet, because I think that's a new one. So the wallets with the highest NFT portfolio value, what we have here is wallet addresses, and as you can see, the first one here in terms of the highest NFT portfolio value is $53.33 million, and this wallet is currently holding 612 NFTs, guys. Jesus, 612 NFTs. Wow. And okay, this one has to do with like the top 10. This data display just for the top 10 wallets, not top 20 this time. And well, this is interesting. So you get to see the top 10 wallets, judging of course by portfolio value. And then scrolling down a little bit, we see the graph for whale wallets. Now, whale wallets has to do with wallets with NFT portfolio value of more than $1 million or $1 million. Okay, so as of right now, there are 500 wallets with an NFT portfolio value of over $1 million, or at least $1 million. And scrolling down, we get to see the top 5 wallets by buying volume and the top 5 wallets by selling volume. The top 5 wallets by buying volume, the first wallet there, of course, we see from here has a buying volume of $4.72 million. And then the top 5 wallets by selling, the first one here has a selling volume of 4.72. And let me look closely. I look closely and I discovered that it's actually the same wallet occupying the top 5 buying. Sorry, the same wallet occupying the top spots of the top buying and the top selling. Wonder who that guy is. Okay, that brings us to the end of this particular session. Of course, we have gone through the metrics, the data, the overall market report for NFTs on the UnleashNFTs websites. I hope you have been able to take something out of this session right now, because what I did, I just kind of like ran through it to let you know, of course, the kind of data that is available for you here. And you can always, by your at your own free time, come check out the websites. And mind you, these data have been made available for you to be able to make informed decision when purchasing an NFT, because this contains everything that you need to know about the state of the NFT markets at any given time. The data is updated in real time. So whenever you come here, whatever you see here, it means that is exactly what is happening in the NFT markets at the time. All right, so thank you very much for coming through and staying with me to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, the one thing I'd also like to point out is that you can also join the community. I'll be attaching the Discord handle to the BitCrunch community, so you get to see what else the team has been working on. And of course, it's available on every social media platform: Twitter, Discord, Telegram, LinkedIn, Medium, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You can reach them across all social media platforms. Of course, we'll be expecting you. Thank you once again, and have a great day, have a great night. Bye.